Welcome back, everybody. This is Cosmic Goostin. In the last part, we were turned to stone. We saved the Jumi race. We made this grown man cry. And I ended it off with teasing you of the mana tree finally being placed back into the world. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, let's go to the mana tree. Let's have a good couple of laughs. But there are actually a couple quests we still have yet to do. There are only 3, and we're going to be knocking out all 3 of them in this part. Now, I'm also going to end up doing this slightly out of order from how I usually do it, because this first quest that we're going to be doing is usually the quest that I end on prior to the end of the game. But because it takes place in the Duma Desert, and the Duma Desert and my computer for some reason don't like each other, I'm going to be starting here. Now, for this quest, you're going to need to not be using a pet. That's the only stipulation, and the mana tree, which is why that spot was reserved for the mana tree for so long, the mana tree has to be next to the Duma Desert in order for this quest to be available. Now, another thing of note is that the next 2 quests that we do take place in Domina. I'm going to spoil that for you. And the mana tree also needs to be next to Domina in order for those quests to be available. So we have this Sagan, and he's clearly the runt of the litter. And he's saying he's going to take down this mighty beast. But given his demeanor and weirdness, we're going to assume that he is incapable of taking down this beast. But he's going to need some help. So we're clearly the only ones available to help him. And he says the earth trembles whenever you're near, so it's sort of like the Lark quest, where you're looking for the white dragon, and he'll tell you which direction you're going, and whether or not you're going in the correct direction, rather. Because every time you take a step in the right direction, the earth will start shaking. And you shook me all night long. So this quest is pretty straightforward. It's very difficult to get lost in. I will still find a way, trust me. If it takes place in the Duma Desert, I will find some magical way to end up getting myself lost. And what's even more interesting is that even though we were in Florina's dream at the time, the sand waterfalls are, for the most part, all gone now. As you can see in the screen we were just in, there was a sand waterfall there, but it is no longer there. And we can go down that path if we so desire, and in fact that's the path that we took in order to get to the location of the end of Florina's dream. And speaking of Florina, I would like to make a note that if you go back to Geo and go to Alex's shop, she's obviously no longer there because she's dead. But you can still buy all the gemstones that she was selling in the Bejeweled City because all the Jumi are back, and none of those gemstones were like Jumi cores. So it's not like it's taboo or anything like that. Anyway, so you can get those there if you need them for altering weapons or armor, which, as I have said countless times, I do not do. But if you're into that sort of thing and you know what you're doing, more power to you, because you could probably make a weapon that can have like plus 1,000 damage and like all 13 elemental damages, or plus 1 billion, and you can just go in and steamroll everything, which really isn't too necessary given how easy the majority of this game is. I believe he's up this way. We're about to find out. Yep, looks like it. We should be getting pretty close, I think. The tremors feel like they're getting stronger, even though you can't actually feel them. But that fade-out music to the boss music indicates that we are somewhere important, and the fact that this is basically just nothing but a battle arena, and the fact that a boss just sprouted out of the ground, all seem to hint at the fact that we have made it to our destination. Now this boss can get a little annoying just because he has his hitbox is awkward. Oh, we're not gonna hit him. Oh, maybe we are. Yes, we got him. Couldn't have timed that any... Well, actually, the timing of that wasn't too great. But yeah, he's basically just a giant worm in the ground. And in fact, the guide that I used to use, or still use, the guy who wrote the guide had never fought this boss before. And so he has in his description, I have never fought this boss before, but I have been told... Oh, I thought I was further out than that. I've been told it looks like a Malboro, and I'm like, have you never played a Final Fantasy game? Do you not know what a Malboro looks like? Are you serious? How many special attacks are you going to do? Jeez. You don't need to do that many special attacks. You need to let me murder you is what you... Oh my... Good lord. I don't remember this guy doing this many special attacks. Maybe this is the reason why this boss is such a pain in the ass. And he's about to go back down. Seriously? Seriously. We're going to be trading blows. This entire time. I started this quest with about 4 minutes on the clock. Okay. Seriously. Wow. Much anger. Much frustration. I'm so frustrated I can't even make a Doge meme correctly. Oh my god. Someone's about to die again. I'll give you a hint. It's the Wimpy Thugling. Oh, seriously. One hit. One hit left. Alright. Your time is nigh, Mr. Octosquid. And down he goes. Now, unfortunately, what's-his-face is sitting right there, so he's probably going to eat up at least one of the experience crystals. Maybe not, because they all took a healthy bounce towards, away from him. Not that it really makes much of a difference. Oh, hey, look, we got a flat seed, so ignore everything that I just said a couple parts ago about needing to get a flat seed. Although I'm not sure if you always get the same, seeds. Yeah, sure. I don't care. So if you want to do this quest before you do any of the other quests, you can pick up a flat seed that way, potentially. I'm not sure if it's random which seeds you get or what. But now that we've finished that, we have to go talk to our cactus as per usual. And see what he has to say about this. We have precisely 3 spots left on our catalog of stuff. You know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. Talk to our cactus. Sandstorm. That was a song that was a huge hit back when I was in friggin' middle school. Haven't really heard it that much nowadays. Although, there's this girl I knew and... Well, I still know her, although she's pretty far away from me, and we don't really talk much anymore. But she was obsessed with that song, even all the way through college. It was her pump-up party jam. See, that's what those kids are... That's what the kids are into these days, right? Party jams. So anyway, the next couple quests, as I mentioned, will be taking place in Domina. There's one partially long one and one insanely short one, provided you know what you're doing. And I should have told you everything you need to know about it already. And if you don't sell too much of your stuff, you should be able to finish the quest in about 3 seconds. I'll take these leaves when they sprout back. I'll be back. Mwaha. Wait. What? What? Who's that asshole? Why does that asshole look like me? Seeing double. More like seeing trouble. Clefs. Don't pick the leaves. Then he runs off. So he went this way, so let's see if we can follow him around to this way. Most likely. And he seems to be running around picking the leaves off sproutlings. And now the sproutlings are terrified of us. I wonder if the townspeople are going to run us out of town. Maybe he went this way. If not, we can just listen to some super cool music. I don't think this is the way that we need to go quite yet. But we can just check, just in case. See what you have to say. But I'm not a bad hero. I'm a good hero. Probably the best hero. Nah, we don't need to be up here yet. I think we need to talk to the villagers, see if they have anything else to say about me. As you can see, Pelican, the Pelican, is not our friend at the moment. Oh, my nose is super stuffy. Also, this is my last day of being at home before my internship starts. I am both nervous and incredibly excited at the same time. I am nerve-sighted. I asked Mimi to spin the fruit wheel to find out what Pee-wee Birdie needs. Meadows prawns, baobab wood, animal hide, topple cotton, flaxseed, citrus squid, rotten meat, and sulfur. Help me find them. Okay, so that's spoilers for the last quest we're going to end up doing, which is Pee-wee Birdie. The bird egg in the back was Pee-wee Birdie. I believe we actually need to go over here. I know you're hoarding pumpkins, hand them over. So now this thing is imitating Duel and demanding pumpkins. So he wants leaves from the sproutlings and pumpkins from Tipo, and he's going to make an anthill on Tipo's back that'll be so itchy, and it's going to cause him to give up the pumpkins. We've already seen that animation once. That actually looks suspiciously like gunpowder. And Duel is going to walk past us, and I have no idea why we don't stop him right then and there. But I think now we... Green sap. Yeah, see, now we see us going this way. And we need to follow ourselves, which is weird to say. But he appears to be heading towards the west end, and he didn't even stop to listen to Diddle and Capella. What kind of a monster is this thing? Let's see if you... she doesn't have anything new to say. So let's keep going this way and see some reused source material. So it would appear that whatever this thing is, which is our dark side, allusions to something we'll be doing later, it appears to want to take over the world with pumpkins in the same way that Bud and Lisa did all those parts ago. So this boss is significantly easier to kill than the last boss, although he is very small, and that makes him slightly harder to hit than your average boss, but at the same rate, he's still susceptible to the same combo that we've been using all throughout the game. And that's going to do it for that. Another nice simple quest that will be done. And Marcus shows up for no reason. And the shadow things, evil pumpkin patches, pumpkins, impersonating blokes, pumpkin patches. So that's another weird quest, but like I said, in order for that quest to become available, you need to have the Tree of Mana, the Mana Tree, if you will, next to Domina, and as well as for Pee-wee Birdie to unlock, you also need to have the Mana Tree next to the next to Domina as well. So then the Mana Tree needs to be next to Duma Desert. So that's why I like the guide for the map layout, because it puts everything next to each other in the way that is conducive to doing all the quests, because I'm trying to do all the quests. So Pee-wee Birdie is the last quest we have in this entire game, and it's basically just a shopping list. Now, most of the items that you have, or most of the items on that shopping list, should be already in your inventory. It's Menos Bronze, which you got from a bunch of quests. Baobab Wood you get from the tree enemies. Sulfur, I believe we picked up one in the mines. I'm not sure where to get it other than that, so don't sell your sulfur. Flat seed I told you to get. This is the reason why I told you to get it. Animal hide you pick up from just enemies. Rabbite's probably the easiest to get. Rotten meat you also pick up from certain enemies. I'm not sure which ones. I would guess like zombies or Shadow Zeros or enemies like that. Citrus squid you can grow in your garden, and the only thing I don't believe you would have on hand, because I don't have one on hand, is a topple cotton, but I believe you can buy one from this guy. Yes. So that's pretty easy. And so we should have everything on that list already. Now, one thing I am going to note is that if you keep talking to Pee-wee Birdie, the egg will explode and you will fail this quest. You don't get to win like you do with the Gilbert quest, even though he exploded and died. You will fail, because murdering kids is wrong. Menos Bronze, Baobab Wood, Animal Hide, Topple Cotton, Flat Seed, Citrus Squid, Rotten Meat, and Sulfur. Let me have them. Yeah, sure. And so, as you can see, 3 seconds, done. And that's going to do it for us, guys. We are going to be taking on the final quest in the next one. So let's just head home, talk to our cactus, take a little nap, and I'm going to go get lunch. And then I'm going to have to pack up some more of my things, email some people, just general get preparedness, but I'm definitely going to be finishing this series sometime today because there's no other time for me to do it. And I hope you guys are as looking forward to it as I am. Not necessarily looking forward to the end of it per se, but I am looking forward to sharing with you guys the ending of one of my favorite games of all time. Anyway, I've been Cosmic Goosen, and I will see you guys for the finale in the next one.